Good morning, children. This is the sixth video of the chapter Development from Economics for class 10th. In this video, I am going to teach about the importance of public facilities. In the last video, we have learnt how important income and other criteria for a state or a country to be developed with table 1.3 and 1.4. Now in this slide, I am going to explain about the public facilities which are also very important for a person, a society, a state or a country to develop. If citizens are not healthy and fit and work together collectively, we may not think of development. So, for development, we need to be healthy because already we have learnt to calculate the per capita income, population and their income. Both are very important. So, we need to keep ourselves fit. For this, we need adequate facilities. Facilities like proper education system, health organizations, proper and good hospitals, public facilities, good infrastructure, and proper diet, etc. When population is fit and healthy, a country's development is sure. In this video, I will teach you how to calculate BMI, body mass index we call it, hoping that it will help you to find your fitness and remain healthy. Here I go. Let us understand this topic with an example. When parents want their child to be educated in a school, they start inquiring about the school's publicity and the facilities that the school would provide to the child. Because every parents and teachers focus on the all-round development of the child. When we speak about all-round development, what we normally expect is good, loving and caring environment, good teaching faculties, good management, good ground, good classrooms, good result, good infrastructures, that means good facilities, etc. If all these are found, then only a parent thinks to admit his or her child in that school. Which means, if a child to be educated, we expect a school management to establish all kinds of facilities in the school. This cannot happen with one person's service, but it can happen collectively. Actually, for many of the important things in life, the best way is to provide the goods and services collectively. The important things in our life is to provide the goods and services collectively. When we provide goods and services collectively, there is a way for progress, for development, for an improvement in a lifestyle. So, for development, government and society should provide adequate facilities also along with the income and other criterias. In the last slide, we have compared three states' income and other criteria. Kerala has a low infant mortality rate because it has adequate provision of basic health and educational facilities. Similarly, in some states, the public distribution system, we call it PDS. In the last year, we have studied about what PDS, public distribution system, and the function of it. In some of the states, PDS system functions well. For example, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka, and southern part of India, they function well in a public distribution system. Hence, health and nutritional status of people of such states is certainly likely to be better. Whereas, even now, in many areas, children, particularly girls, are not able to achieve secondary level schooling because government or society has not provided adequate facilities. We can see our country is lacking behind in educational system. Why in educational system we are behind? Because we don't have adequate facilities in our country. We don't have a good infrastructure. We don't have a good health infrastructure, health facilities. And when we don't have health facilities, we are lacking behind, or our people are having very poor health condition. Since we have a poor health condition, we are not able to develop ourselves. We are not able to develop our country. We are not able to help the society with our income. We are not able to help the country with our income or other criterias. So, public facilities are very important in a development. So, do this activity in your book that is given on page number 12. It is based on educational achievement of rural population of Uttar Pradesh. You can do this in the book itself. Activity 3 is given on page number 13 about BMI. It is simply body mass index. What is body mass index? It is the calculation of your height and weight and how you are fit. So, for example, take the weight of the person in kg. Then we will have to take the height of the person in meters. If you are taking in centimeter, because height of the person is measured in a centimeter, but you have to change that centimeter into meter. Divide the weight by the square of the height. That is, if height is 2 meter, then it has to be multiplied 2 into 2. That is the square of the height. If the figure is less than 18.5, then the person would be considered undernourished. Between 18.5 to 25, then the person is considered to be normal weight. So that means we should have the point between 18.5 to 25. Then only we can be called as a fit person. If BMI is more than 25, then a person is overweight. So let us know what is exactly BMI. BMI is a body mass index. BMI is a screening tool that can indicate whether a person is underweight or if they have a healthy weight, excess weight, or obesity. If a person's BMI is outside of the healthy range, their health risks may increase significantly. BMI has a long standing history as the go to measure for obesity, and as such, years of research have proven that BMI provides insight into health risks associated with being overweight or obese. High BMI values strongly correlate to an increased risk of coronary heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and hypertensions, etc. So, in order to know the sicknesses of a person, we usually go for a BMI, body mass index. So, with this, we can find out a person is fit or not, or we with the points we can or the doctors will know that a person is facing which type of sickness. So the point makes sure that a person is having different type of sicknesses, and it helps doctors to find proper treatment for the sickness or the person who is suffering with. So that is why this BMI is done, and it is very important to find out in our life, in our home also. So how to do it? How to calculate BMI? Let us practice. Take the example of a person's weight 70 kg, and the height of that person is 165 centimeter, which is equal to 1.65 meter. The formula for BMI is weight, that is in kg, upon height, that is in a meter square. So a person's weight is 70 kg and the height is 1.65 meter square, and that is calculated 70 upon 1.65 into 1.65 is equal to 25.71. So that means a person is crossing the normal weight point. That is, normal weight point is only 25, but it is 25.71. So that means a person is crossing the normal weight, but it will not affect the person much. So do practice this. Homework will be calculate BMI of all your family members and compare who is overweight, normal weight, and undernourished. That means who need more care, and care for each other with the public facilities provided to you all in the families at home. So how to calculate BMI? You can download one app from your mobile, and in the mobile itself you can find out the video of that is played here. घर पे सभी सदस्यों का बॉडी मास कैलकुलेट करने के लिए आप ये एक मोबाइल ऐप डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं. BMI, that is body mass index. This app is used by doctors mostly. So why it is very important to know their weight and height, and the doctors will find out the sickness according to this body mass. So for example, if a person's body mass may be, that is height may be 100, if height is 162, for example 162 the height, and the weight is of 70. You can see the BMI is appearing here 26.7. So that means 26.7 is here lying between 25 to 30. So 25 to 30, that means you are in the stage of overweight. So that means according to your height, that means 1.62 meter or 162 centimeter, your weight is supposed to be 57.1 kg only. So that means you are overloading with weight. So that means you have to reduce your weight accordingly. Then only you can come to the level of normal healthy weight. So now here the normal healthy weight is of 25. So till 25 it is normal. That means you have no access to any sickness. So that means you can be in a safer side. But if your BMI crosses 25 plus, then your weight is overweight, and you may get into some sicknesses, and that sickness may bring tension in the family or in you. So this is how we can calculate the body mass of a person, and we can know that what is the ideal weight of the person with the height of 162 or with the height of some particular measurement. So this is how you can find out, and this is how you can know the importance of body mass of your family members. I hope that it will help you to know and keep yourself safe according to your height and weight. Then another report that was brought by Human Development Report. Once it is realized that even though the level of income is important, yet it is an inadequate measure of the level of development. So, the Human Development Report begin to think of other criterion. There could be a long list of such criterion, but then it would not be so useful. What we need is a small number of the most important things. Health and education indicators, such as the ones we used in a comparison of Kerala and Maharashtra, are among them. Over the past decade or so, health and education indicators have come to be widely used along with income as a measure of development. For instance, Human Development Report published by UNDP compares countries based on the educational levels of the people, their health status, and per capita income. It would be interesting to look at certain relevant data regarding India and its neighbors from Human Development Report 2014, that is given in this table. You can see table 1.6, some data regarding India and its neighbors for 2013. You can see the countries' names are given here: Sri Lanka, India, Myanmar, Pakistan, Nepal, Bangladesh. So the gross national income (GNI) is, that is per capita. So you can see that 92.50, and these are measured in dollars. Already we have studied. And life expectancy at birth. Life expectancy at birth, that means when a child is born, they expect the life age. So that means that is what the life expectancy at birth. Life expectancy at birth denotes, as the name suggests, average expected length of life of a person at the time of birth. That is the life expectancy. You can compare our country with Pakistan, Nepal, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka. You can see the Nepal is just near to us. Pakistan also is almost same. You can see that 66.6 and 66.4 India's, and Nepal is also very near, that is 68.4 is the life expectancy at birth in Nepal. And again you can see the literacy rate for 15 plus years population that was calculated in 2002 to 12. You can see India's literacy rate for 15 plus years 62.8, whereas Sri Lanka with less population and less per capita income, with more per capita income, their literacy rate is more 91.2, but whereas India is with 62.8 only. You can see that. Then HDI rank in the world. How in the world we are in the position of 135. Per capita income is calculated in dollars for all countries so that it can be compared. So it is also done in a way so that every dollar would buy the same amount of goods and services in a